A few days ago, I watched a video called Rock, Paper, Scissors 2 by a YouTube channel called Fractal Philosophy. It was a very good video in which he suggested a variation to the game that used 7 objects instead of 3. However, in this video, he did not make a game that used all 7 objects. Here's what I came up with. I can now see why he didn't do this, as it was difficult to come up with 7 objects that logically beat each other. The fact that each thing has to beat 3 and lose to 3 objects makes it a little tricky to come up with pairings that make sense. However, the original game doesn't make much sense. If you bring paper to a rock fight, you're probably gonna lose. Here is the final graph of what beats what. When talking about this with my fiance, they mentioned it would be very difficult to memorize. That's when I had the idea to change it into a card game where each card just says what it beats. Now the game felt more finished. Azuna Friend could easily sit down and play a game of rock, scissors, match, paper, fungus, slingshot, magnet, later renamed to Legends of Rock, Paper, Scissors. However, the game was still missing something. We have this graph, but we don't have any mechanic that utilizes the cool 2 paradox property of it. Again, watch the original video. So here's the full rule set for playing Legends of Rock, Paper, Scissors, the card game. Each player starts with 1 card of each object. On their turn, they play not 1, but 2 cards simultaneously. Then players earn points based on which of their cards beats their opponent's cards. If one of your cards beats one of your opponent's cards, that's 1 point. If both of your cards both beat one of your opponent's cards, that's 2 points. If one of your cards beats both of your opponent's cards, using the 2 paradox rule, that's 3 points. And if one beats 2 and your other beats 1, that's 4 points. If a card you played scores points, that card then needs to cool down for 1 round. Place it off to the side, face up. Say your rock scored points and your scissors didn't. The rock would not re-enter your hand and you cannot play it next turn. At the end of the next turn, no matter what happens, that rock then goes back into your hand. The first player to reach 7 points wins the game. If anyone wants to play this game, I'll put all the card images on my Discord server. If you play this game and have any feedback, please let me know. If you want to make your own editions with new rules and new cards, go ahead. This was already built upon someone else's idea and I'd like to see how far it can go. Maybe Legends of Rock, Paper, Scissors will be the next huge card phenomenon. And if you're wondering why I named it this, first off, it was going to have much more of a fantasy element than it ended up having. And also there's a game called Heroes of Sokoban, which I think's a little funny. It puts fantasy elements into a Sokoban context, Sokoban translating literally to warehouse worker. So we've pretty much come up with a game called Wizards of the Warehouse. Maybe Legends of Rock, Paper, Scissors, Wizards of the Warehouse will be the 2nd edition of the game.